had such a long history in this matchup with the Clippers. How does the insertion of Kevin kind of maybe change it a little bit?
We'll see. We'll find out what's different. The dynamics are not only different at that spot, but at the center spot. We've had Bogut in that position before. Now we've got Zaza, we've got David. So it'll be a slightly different matchup, and it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
How do you expect them to maybe guard KD? I mean, they obviously have Lute, they'll probably start on him, but they've gone small in the past. Rivers, Paul even guarded him at one time in the past. You expect them to kind of change it up?
Well, I'm sure Mbamute will start on him. He's a great defender. He's got the size, strength to deal with Kevin, so that would make an obvious matchup. But we'll see. That's what's going to be fun about playing them. We get to see what they do. They get to see what we do, and just the first of 4 matchups. So we'll kind of play it by ear ourselves and take a look at some things and see how it goes.
A lot was said about their defense and through teams. Were you able to look at them much at that time, and what did you see if you did look at them?
I haven't seen them too often, but the thing that I felt from the beginning, before the season even started, was their continuity is really key, and it's one of the things that's helped us the last couple of years. Is, when you have basically the same team for a while, and you're already a good team, you tend to get better. You tend to just grow more and more comfortable with what you're already doing, and then maybe even have the ability to add on some things. But Doc's a great coach. They have a great core. They've improved their bench, and so it doesn't surprise me the success that they're having.
You're not there. What does a guy like Spades bring into that scene?
Well, I think everyone around here just gets a smile on their face thinking about Mo. He's one of the best shooters in the league. So instant offense, great teammate. Brings a kind of a quiet joy to the locker room. He loves to play, and he was fantastic here the last couple of years, and I'm really happy for him that he's in a good role. I wouldn't mind if it was in the Eastern Conference, but he's playing well.
Have you watched a game film from last night?
No.
No. Okay. I'm guessing it'll look about as good or better the second time.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one to watch for sure. And I think I said it last night. The thing that pleased me the most was we just took care of the ball. And at one point, I looked at the stat sheet. We had like 37 assists and 5 turnovers, and that's almost unheard of. But shows you what we're capable of when we're really locked in.
Somebody said he took it all night.
That's amazing. 11 dribbles and 60 points.
Does that kind of speak to kind of the beauty of his game somewhat?
Yeah. And it's rare these days. Most big-time scorers today are used to dribbling, playing screen and roll with the ball in their hands. I said it last night. He's an old-school NBA player working without the ball. Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, these guys, just constant movement. And then to play with a group of players who can all pass makes it that much more effective for Klay to move.
With having all these, with KD, did you ever think scoring outbursts like this was possible?
For Klay?
For anybody. I mean, for any one of the guys that have a 60, 50-point a game.
Yes, because I think what makes it not only possible but probable at times is the joy that our guys take in each other when they get it going. And KD's the same way. Like he took 7 shots the other night, 2 nights ago, 20 points. Last night, I don't know what he took, maybe 14, 13. It's a guy who's been an MVP. He's been leading scorer in the league. But he fits right in terms of the approach. He takes great joy in others' success. And when you have a whole team of guys like that, it's a pretty powerful force. And Klay, he has another gear that very few players have. And he's shown it. Every once in a while, we'll have a game like this where it's mind-boggling. And our guys enjoy it just as much as the fans do. And they try to make it happen. Once Klay gets rolling, they really want him to keep going.
Right now, and KD went for 37 on the court. What makes him so combustible?
Well, I think the catch and shoot element, the 11 dribbles for 60 points, that tells you the story. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. In fact, he's more effective without the ball in his hands, and he's lucky. He knows he's lucky to play with the team that he does. Draymond probably gets 6 assists a game just throwing it to play. But when you play with the group that is playing with, the defense can't exactly cheat. It's hard to cheat off of Kevin or Steph, so it's just a good mix. But there's a level of confidence and maybe a lack of consciousness that Klay has that very few players possess. Once he gets going, he doesn't seem to think, and it benefits him pretty well.
He did say he thinks he'll score 80.
He believes he'll score 80.
If he can get enough minutes.
Yeah. Blame the coach.
Save some for later. That comes a little bit later.
Did he campaign very hard, Steve? Okay. He said he wanted. He did.
Oh, I'm sure he would have wanted. But Klay knows that's you're up
Not worth
35, 40 points. It's the right thing to do is to take him out.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is to roll an ankle, and you don't want to rub it into your opponent either. We had the game in hand. The game called for him to come out. The minute you start chasing stats for stats' sake, you're setting a bad precedent.
Right. But he could score 80, couldn't he?
I guess he could. I mean, it was a close game. Another 12 minutes. Who knows?
Right.
So that's twice.
Holding him back. I think they said Dean Smith was the only guy who could hold MJ under 20. I'm the only guy who can hold Klay under 80.
What a problem.
If you downsize against, stay with that starting front line, are you comfortable with Kevin and Draymond guarding Blake and the other kind of either way on that one? Or?
Well, it's not something that we want to do a ton of, but the last couple of years we've gone small against them at times with Harrison guarding Blake and Draymond guarding DJ. Thank you for crystallizing my thoughts. We'll do it. We pretty much use that lineup against everybody, regardless of matchups. But it's not something we want to run out there for big minutes.
Is the difference this year that maybe you can keep Draymond on Blake and you put Kevin on DeAndre, where you probably wouldn't want to do that with Harrison?
It's a possibility. We again, first time we've played the Clippers. We haven't put a lot of thought into the matchup yet. We'll start with that on the plane today and shoot around tomorrow. But the versatility of KD and Draymond defensively gives us a lot of options.
When Charles Barkley says the team in the West, is that the latest source of hilarity around the plant?
Well, the Clippers have a great team. I'm not arguing about that at all, one bit. And so do the Spurs, and Houston just beat us. There's a lot of great teams. So, look, I used to be in TV. I used to get asked for predictions all the time, and that's the job. But as a coach, I don't really pay much attention to that.